the allocation committee in accordance with the law and ensure that on the allocation committee there are representatives of the divisions and it is gender balanced. You should do that immediately. The committee, you give it terms of reference, which should include reviewing the work that has been done so far. Registration, allocations, all these things that members have said, they should review them and bring them upscale with the law. Number two, you are going to produce a register of all the vendors in the central market. Of course, we shall have a register of all the markets later, but for now, I want you to produce a register of all the vendors in the market, display it, and send me a copy. Sending it to me is part of Section 18 of that Act, the Markets Act. Number three, I want you to sit with your team, technical team, and redesignate the zones, the departments in the market. We're going to make sure there is order, trade order in that market. Be mindful of some of these goods which are difficult to take upstairs. If you put watermelon and eggs and all these things which are difficult upstairs, it will be hard for them. But I want to see the plan of the market. Ground floor, middle floor, top floor, and broken into departments. So that a buyer who comes to buy electronics or cloth does not go into tomatoes area. It must be properly zoned. Number four, it is your responsibility to appoint a markets administrator among your technical staff, a senior officer who can manage this and give him or her terms of reference. Do not include those who have been on the previous markets allocation committee. They already have it. Number five, the city council, your worship, the mayor, should produce the fees for the various departments or commodities sold in the market. And you're supposed to present it to me for approval.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You should do that in consultation with the vendors.
Thank you, sir.
I'm giving you not later than the middle of August to have done that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Present
sir.
that to the council approves, and you send it to me for ratification, and I send it back to you. Number six, Mr. RCC, I'm putting you in charge of the trade order. I want to see a strong enforcement of order in the city and around the market, including parking, including these people who have begun to construct their own structures in the market, which is not acceptable, including opening the pathway into the market, opening the gates, ensuring that there is order in Soroti City. Of course, you are working together with the rest of the workers here, but I will need a report from you specifically on implementation of the trade order. There are other things which I want to highlight. The allocation committee should take charge of the following. Be mindful, as you had read by JJ, street vending is prohibited once all the vendors have been allocated their spaces in the market. Anybody wanting to sell a commodity in Soroti City must obtain permission from the city council. So you apply to the town clerk, and the town clerk says, now this vendor wants to operate here. They register you. So it is not true that you can come at this time carrying your cassava and maize and you start selling anywhere you want. Number two, the allocation committee must make sure that there is no longer the issue of renting and subletting in the market.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And no vendor is allowed to sell.
That was sold already.
If they have done it already, that's a different matter. I'm talking of now onwards. Don't sell, don't rent, don't sublet, which means you, the allocation committee, for any vendor who had already, who is now calling himself or herself a tenant, you should confirm them as the owners of those stores and lockups. And the ones who are landlords, you tell them to go elsewhere. So there is nothing like anybody being charged more than the money we shall agree on as the money for rent to be paid every month. Number four, or was that number three under that? I'm talking about the duties of the allocation committee. Make sure there is no double occupation in terms of one vendor getting two facilities in the market. And try and go behind, find out other relatives and friends in whose names some of these people are hiding their allocation. And because everybody wants to trade, people are here looking for money. I want to insist, and I put this in the regulations which will follow later. For the time being, in a city like Soroti, please let it be one vendor, meaning one household, one family, one store. It is very dangerous for you to get a lockup, your husband gets a store, your son gets a pitch, your house girl gets another pitch, and others are, out without anywhere to work from. Follow that with default on payment of the fees. For those who default on payment of fees, 3 months you have not paid, automatically you lose your facility. It is the same as those who do not open their lockups. That's why I told you, you can tell them safely to remove their padlocks. Because 3 months without using the facility, automatically you have lost it. It is three months. And I'll give guideline on where to start now that we are in July. Grabbing lockups is not accepted. You only occupy a lockup or a store which has been allocated to you. And the allocation committee must give an allocation slip to each vendor. So never stand again and say, I was allocated, but they have thrown me away without having an allocation slip, which indicates the number of your lockup or store. And make sure allocation committee that every pitch, every store, every lockup has a unique number. Give priority to the original vendors, those who were in the market before it was demolished.
Yes.
I've been looking at the number of facilities you have vis-a-vis the vendors who were there. They should all be accommodated.
Yeah.
You actually have balance.
Yeah.
Now, talking of that, we have new lockups in the value addition facility across the road. There are more than 200 lockups. It is the same committee to allocate those lockups there. And be mindful again of the vendors who were in the original market. the issue of changing business is not permissible without approval of the allocation committee. If you have applied, and everybody to enter the market must apply, you want a job. Vending is a job. And the authority is there, the city council. So you must apply, and they are going to give you the form. For you to change your nature of business, you must request the authority, who is the town clerk, to allow you. So don't get a locker for cloth and you put in rice. I saw my young brothers vending cloth, and then they are also selling electronics. There is a section for electronics. There is a section for textiles. Let's not mix ourselves up. Otherwise, if you don't do that, some sections will not get customers. If I come looking for rice, if rice is on floor 2, that's where I will go.
Yes, sir.
And you cannot be on floor 2 selling rice, and somebody is on the ground floor selling the same thing. Nobody will climb up to go and buy. Other matters which are important, not necessarily for the allocation committee. The market is not for politics. It is not for religious differences or tribes. If the cultural leader wants to meet the Itesos, he knows where to find them. If the leader of the Kumams wants to meet them, he or she knows where to find them. Our religion and political party in the market is money, trade, business. So I will not allow anybody, and town clerk take that seriously. We are heading towards some difficult season in politics. Nobody should pin their campaign posters in our market. If you do that, we shall make you remove them and paint it again. And you are not allowed to go and hold campaign meetings in the market. We have given you what somebody is calling radio. You are able to communicate among yourselves. I've said the market master should help the vendors to select 2 people, a man and a female, so that they can go for training in communication. And you use it to enjoy yourselves. In future, in some of the markets, we are actually even putting TV, so that those who want to enjoy football, you can watch us and overseas money. As you said, you are goods in the market. The CCTV cameras are there to help you. So there should be a report by the person manning that camera to the supervisory committee. And I'm going to mention who all those people are, at least on a monthly basis, on the security in the market. Public officers are not supposed to be vendors. They have told you, if you are a staff of government in the city here, don't be a vendor in the market because of conflict of interest. You can be a vendor in another city or another town. Similarly, if you are an elected councillor of the city or the division, don't be a vendor unless you were a vendor before you were elected. I want to extend that to rich people. The vendor is an ordinary person who gets up in the morning, picks her bag or his bag, and goes to trade in the market, spends the day there, buying, selling things, and goes home in the evening. The market is a nursery bed for young and upcoming business people. So if you know that you are in my category, in the category of who is the biggest person here? chairman is not here, he has gone. I'm talking to those who are still here.
Town clerk.
The one with a big stomach. See. He doesn't have a big stomach. I'm talking of a business person. You own a hotel in Soroti City. You own a supermarket. You are running a petrol station. You own a school. Really? What are you doing among these women and young men who are looking for a living to start in life? So the allocation committee should be mindful. Don't just receive applications. Scrutinize them. If you are not sure, you can use the office of the DITO, the CISO. We have security officers who can tell you who is Magyezi. You have a farm with 50 cows selling 100 liters of milk every day in the city. You can bring your liters of milk and sell them to the people who are running a dairy here. But for you to be the one with a boat fishing on the lake, and you are getting so many tons of fish every day, and then you want to become the fish vendor here in the market, that is not good, because you will undercut the price of those who are in the market. You have an association of vendors, but I've now noted that the leadership has lost trust among the people. The leaders of the association of vendors has misbehaved, and they are all almost being interrogated by police in terms of it. But it also taken a lot of time for you to renew their mandate. So I'll use my authority. Today, that association, that leadership ceases for today. And the market administrator will support you as vendors to put in place a constitution for your own association, to elect your leaders, to open your own account. That association is not involved in the management of the market. They are not involved in the allocations. They are simply for your own welfare. And in case you want to negotiate with us as government, that you have a leadership to lead you, or you want to go and visit another market. But that association is for you. It is your own group. You are free to put them there. What is important for us in the law is that every department should have two leaders, a man and a woman, for order in that market, in that department. So, again, the market administrator should ensure that those representatives are elected in their respective whatever structures. The utilities I've noted in Soroti City. I entered the washrooms, there was no water. So our market women cannot bathe at the end of the day. And yet we want you to bathe and go home when you're smart. It is my instruction, Mr. Town Clerk, together with the other leaders, the RCC and so on, to make sure that the market has running water. The market must have running water. The market must have electricity. I saw the group who were trading in a very dark place, and I had left their stores and had gone to the parking yard. We shall ensure that these facilities are there, these utilities are paid, because you are going to begin paying. The vendors are going to begin paying, and because of the situation we have gone through, I will give in writing a waiver for those who had arrears up to the 30th of June. You all start paying with effect from the 1st of July, the beginning of the financial year. So which means July, August, September. Anybody who has not paid by the end of September, you have lost your facility. Are we agreed? I'm happy you are with me on this one. By that time, we'll have agreed with the council on the amount. And they should do it very quickly. Although I've said by mid-August, they should do it quickly. You can have a special council meeting to work on the rates so that you bring them, I approve them, and then you proceed to have the vendors on the IRAS and you collect money. In terms of payment, I want to request the town clerk, make sure that you stop physical payment to people. Every vendor must be on the IRAS system so that there is nobody asking you to pay money to him or her directly and saying, I'm giving you a receipt. There are landlords, people whom we have been calling landlords. Those who built in the old market and they have leases. That matter has nothing to do with operationalizing this market. That matter we shall discuss with them. But anybody who wants to trade in this market, please apply. Don't say me, I was in the other market. The other market went. And now we have a new law. You were operating under the law of 1942. Now we have the law of 2023. So if you know you have a claim against the government, then that one we can discuss. But don't use it to get a facility and you rent it and you go back to Kampala. We shall not allow that to. Staff structure, you worship the mayor, you proposed that, I've taken that. That is my responsibility. To look into the staff structure of the markets. Because we have now a market administrator now. What is below that? I want to avoid the issue I had here of a lady who has been working since 2021 without being paid. The oversight committee, although it's not in the law, looking at what is going on in the various markets, and we'll make sure that we bring it up in the regulations, and if need be in the act, which we may have to have a quick amendment. I need an oversight supervisory committee chaired by the RCC, including the mayor, including the DISO, or CISO, City Internal Security Officer, including the head of police in the city, and the town clerk. You already allocated on the supervisory committee?
Yes, I can't provide myself.
Okay, but then we need a secretary to that committee. These ones will start working on Monday, and I'll request that by Monday, Mr. Town Clerk, you work out a roadmap for implementation of these instructions I've given you, and you submit it to the supervisory committee. Because it's the market, the minister for production, your worship, you must be having the minister in charge of production, could also be on this committee, because that's your political head, who helps you with these markets. I've already said the diary should be open, the second diary shop. Remove that store of the market chairman, and let's have the diary because it was built for that purpose. That's for the allocation committee. It's my responsibility at the end to have regulations to support the act. Those regulations will include the guidelines to operate the value addition facility. We have given you a big value addition facility, second to the one of Busia, I think. It has a store of about 1,000 metric tons of grain, and it can purify and pack and so on. So the people of Soroti must use this. It can actually produce peanut butter, and maybe we are looking at oil seed. I have a project in the ministry for oil seed. JJ, you need to link up with Yasin. Make sure that the districts around here benefit from that project so that we increase production of simsim, soybean, peanuts, maize is not seed, and sunflower. Make sure we take it up, and then the time for implementation of all these resolutions is the end of August. By the end of August, I want to see a city with a clean, well-organized, very orderly central market. I will be back here on the 1st of September. It will be a Friday. And that time I will be getting reports. You told us to do this, this has been done, this we are failed. This one is halfway. Again on the 1st of September, I will have another interaction with all the vendors like this. That time I hope it will take a shorter time, not a whole day like it was today. I want to hear whether you agree with all these recommendations. Do we agree? We are together? Thank you so much. I want to thank you. JJ, you have something to say?